Hello, today we're going to walk through how your customers can initiate returns for items in the Codeiros customer portal. In this returns flow, it's called the general returns flow, and in this flow your customers know the products they want to return, but they don't necessarily care or know which orders they had originally purchased these items on. All they know is they had this product and they want to return it. So we'll walk through this flow, but first we'll set it up so that we can see it in the customer portal. The first thing that you'll want to do is go to the operations portal, and then what you'll want to do is you'll want to search for settings in the sidebar here. Go to the settings screen and then search for return, and then you'll see two settings here: customer returns enabled and customer return received reasons. The first setting you'll want to enable is the customer returns enabled, so make sure that you navigate to this setting and set the value to 1 and then choose save. This will turn on the returns so that your customers can submit returns in the customer portal. The next setting that you'll want to configure is the customer return received reasons. So if we navigate to this one, here is where you can specify the return reasons that a customer may return items for, and then the customer will be able to select the reason as to why they're returning the item when they're adding items to their return. So as you can see here, I've added overstocked, defected item, and other, just in case our available reasons doesn't cover what the customer is looking for. And for each return reason, just make sure that you're separating each one by a comma with no spaces. After you're done, make sure you choose save, and once you've saved it, we can hop over to the website, sign in as a customer, and then navigate to the customer portal, and you'll see a returns option here. And if we navigate to it, you can see this will list all the returns that the customer has initiated, is currently filling out, or that have been completed. Now this will show returns that were entered through the ERP, as well as returns that were initiated on the website here. As you can see, I have one open return here, but we'll go ahead and start a new return. So we'll go to actions and then start new return. And here it'll bring me to the return details. I'll have my return number, the date that the return was created on, the last time the return was updated, and also the status, which in this case it's initialized because I've just started the return and I'm going to be adding my items to return. So now, as I mentioned earlier, the user in this flow, they simply want to return items. They don't necessarily know what invoice or order this item was originally ordered on. So what they'll do next is they'll simply enter the product codes that they want to return. Now when they enter the product code and choose add, what the Codeiros system is going to do is it's going to take that product code, it's going to automatically look back on the user's invoices or paid orders, and it's going to determine which invoice the customer had ordered that product on, and then if it finds a invoiced or paid order that has that product code, it will add the product to the return. If the customer has not ordered this item, then the system is going to validate that and block the user from adding the return item because they hadn't actually purchased it. Also to note that let's say the user enters a product code that they want to return in a quantity of 50, maybe they have 50 quantity of the product sitting around that they want to return. If they didn't order all 50 of those items on a single invoice, but they might have ordered it across 3 different invoices, the Codeiros system will automatically add 3 separate line items to this return here, and the 3 invoices will be tied to those return items so that you know which invoices the customer had purchased them on. So for sake of example, let's go to the order screen and let's find an invoiced order that we want to return items on. As I mentioned before, a customer won't necessarily do this because they already know the product code that they want to return, but I'd like to just show you how this flow works. So let's go to an invoiced order here. Alright, so we see that there's a bunch of items here. Let's say that I have this product sitting around that I want to return. You can notice here that I had originally ordered a quantity of 10. So let's go back to our return screen and I'm going to return this product. Now note here that I'm entering my product code, but the user can also search by name, description, whatever they want to search by, and then the system will suggest matching results. And then I can go ahead and enter the quantity that I want to return. Let's say I want to return a quantity of 5, and I'll go ahead and click Add. Now the system has added the return here, and you'll notice the return item, and then you'll notice that we have our invoice column here, and this is the original invoice that the line item was ordered on. So you can see this, the Codere system automatically found which invoice this product was ordered on and tied it to the return item. You'll have your product code here, your product name, the quantity, and then the return reason. Now I could leave the return reason blank, or I could go ahead and choose why I'm returning it. So maybe I want to, I'm just overstocked and I don't need it. I could select that. I can also enter a return comment as well here. And then here's my price and my total. Alright, from here I could go ahead and edit my quantity. The system will validate that it's a valid quantity to return based on how many I've ordered over my past invoiced and paid orders. And I can also remove return items if I want, or add additional return items. Now once I'm ready to submit the return, I'll go ahead and choose the Submit Return button. And that's going to give me a message that, hey, my return has successfully been submitted, and I will see that my status has changed to received, and I can no longer edit the return because now it is submitted to you for processing. So let's see how that looks like on the operations portal side. Now please note that you can get notified when a customer submits returns. So if you wanted to do that for yourself, you could go ahead and search for the notification screen, navigate here, and these are your notifications that you have chosen to subscribe to. And if we scroll down, we can see notify me when a customer submits a return. If you go ahead and check that box, you will get notified when a customer submits a return via email. And you can also subscribe other employees to get that notification as well. Let's say I want Tiffany to receive these notifications. I can go ahead and go to her profile, go to notifications, again scroll down and check the box that will notify her when a customer submits a return. So that's how you can get notified. If we go to the order screen, we can look at our returns that have been submitted by customers. So what you want to do is you want to open the columns here and navigate to the ERP order type here, and we could filter on type return. Now this will give you all returns that customers have submitted in Codere's, as well as any returns that were entered through the ERP. And then the status here, you can filter on either open returns that customers are still working on, which is initialized, or you could just filter on the ones that have been received, which means a customer has submitted them and they're waiting to be processed by you. If we click into this return that we just entered on the customer side, we can see the details on the return, and we can also go to the item screen And if we'd like to see the return reason and comment on the items, we could go ahead and go to the columns and add our return reason and our return comment. And as we can see, this is the return reason, return comment. And please keep in mind that you can drag and drop these columns around. Maybe you want to set up a view for return items. Maybe you just care about, the code name, return reason, and return comment. Then you could set that up how you like and then save a sticky filter called returns or something so that you don't have to keep adding these columns when you're viewing a return. At this point, you could edit the return here. Maybe you call the customer, say, hey, we can only accept a quantity of 3 back and not 5. Whatever it may be, you can get this return all ready to go. And then once it's ready to go, you would push the return into the ERP. And if you're running on an ERP, and then process it from there. We'll cover that in a later video. And that's about it for this video. Thanks.